Finally, the Igbo king in Ghana is not a chief by Ghanaian definition. His title is symbolic and limited to his community, not tied to land, governance, or Ghanaian customary law. So in Ghana's legal and traditional scope, he is neither a chief nor a king, but a foreign community leader. Does the installation of the Igbo king in Ghana serve as a threat to Ghana's democracy and sovereignty? No. The installation of the Igbo king in Ghana constitutionally does not serve as a threat to Ghana's sovereignty and democracy. These kings do not seek political control. They are simply communal leaders and cultural heads for the Igbo nationals that live in Ghana. However, this initiative serves as a strategic cultural diplomacy aimed at strengthening the Igbo national identity globally. The true impact is inward. It signals a subtle yet persistent challenge to Nigeria's fragile unity. So yes, the real implication of these moves are not for Ghana, but for Nigeria's consolidation, especially in the face of Igbo aspirations for autonomy and eventual nationhood. Let us look at how the Constitution of the nation addresses this matter. 1992 Constitution of Ghana, Article 270, Clause 1. Okay. The institution of chieftaincy together with its traditional councils, as established by customary law and usage, is hereby guaranteed. The interpretation is only indigenous customary systems are recognized. Foreign kings or chiefs are not part of Ghana's traditional chieftaincy structure. Article 270, Clause 3. Parliament shall have no power to enact any law which confers on any person or authority the right to accord or withdraw recognition to a chief for any purpose whatsoever. This is the interpretation. Only customary processes, not ownership, purchase, or foreign installation, determine who can be a recognized chief in Ghana. Article 267, Clause 1. All stool lands in Ghana shall vest in the appropriate stool on behalf of and in trust for the subject of the stool in accordance for customary law and usage. This is the interpretation. Ownership of land does not equate to chieftaincy authority. It is the stool or skin that holds traditional jurisdiction, not individuals or foreign groups. Chieftaincy Act 2008, Act 759, Section 57, Clause 1. A chief is a person who, hailing from the appropriate family or lineage, has been validly nominated, elected, and installed or enskinned as a chief or queen mother in accordance with the relevant customary laws and usage. Interpretation. A foreign individual or outsider, regardless of wealth or land ownership, cannot become a chief in Ghana unless they satisfy customary heritage and procedures. Chieftaincy Act, Section 63, Clause 1. A person shall not hold himself out as a chief unless he is a person recognized as such by customary law and usage. Interpretation. It is unlawful for any foreign cultural leader to publicly assume chieftaincy titles or authority unless recognized by customary law. These provisions collectively invalidate any claim to traditional rulership or land authority in Ghana by a foreign Igbo king or any non-indigenous group, even with legally purchased land. In the Ghanaian constitution, how do we contextualize a king and a chief? A chief is legally defined in Chieftaincy Act, Section 57, Clause 1, as someone from the right royal lineage, validly installed by customary processes, as recognized under Ghanaian tradition. A king, in Ghanaian context, is generally a high-ranking chief. Example, Asantehene Yabongura. But the title must come through a Ghanaian ethnic group or traditional system. Finally, the Igbo king in Ghana is not a chief by Ghanaian definition. His title is symbolic and limited to his community, not tied to land, governance, or Ghanaian customary law. So in Ghana's legal and traditional scope, he is neither a chief nor a king, but a foreign community leader.